pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. On the Texas flag, I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Very appropriate this morning to say our pledges and to be thankful that we have gotten our grant. We'll be talking about that in a few minutes. All right. The meeting will please come to order. We do have proof of posting in accordance with Chapter 551 of Texas Government Code as amended, known as Texas Open Meeting Act. Any members of the public who wish to speak will each have 3 minutes to speak.
Judge, just want, we're honored to have the mayor of Fairfield.
We are. I see him back here. Thank you.
Bobby Nichols.
Bobby, would you like to say anything this morning?
It's just a pleasure to be here. I'm looking forward to working with the county through the city. Thank you.
Thank you. Come again, anytime. Anyone else that would like to speak?
One of the times I was here, I told you I'd be more down on the noise issue. And what's happening right now in Freestone County. There are 4 adults in Freestone County that have been killed. And another woman. There are 130 gas compressor stations within Freestone County supporting 3,058 gas wells. And 4 adults in Freestone County have been killed by low frequency noise. And the noise meter reading at their homes varied from 85 decibels and decibels in C-scale to be even higher, 101. And the EPA limits are 55 decibels. That's what we need to shoot for, to get those compressor stations down to 55 decibels. That's a national limit. And I found that other sources of noise, noise abatement control is not within our realm. Noise Control Act of 1972 and Quiet Communities Act of 1978 were not rescinded by Congress. It remains that. So we have some authority that we can use against these oil and gas folks to let us be able to live. Big compressor station near me, 10 big compressors, 1,000 horsepower each, and I can't hardly sleep anymore, period, in my house. Since you guys told me to put all the noise out at once, that's just wrong. So we need to rescind that from these guys and get them down to this limit. It's a state limit. It's supposed to be so I can't honestly, I've been living here almost 50 years. And by golly, I can't use my own house. I run out. So anyway, that's the problem, and we really need to address this thing and not let them just run off all they want to. There is a state. Thank you.
Anyone else that would like to speak? I know we do have some visitors today that we want to come up and have a little discussion with. If y'all would come. Yes, it's your time.
Good morning. Martin Whitbelt with Texas Division of Emergency Management. Thank you, sir. And with me is my county liaison officer from Hill County, Jennifer Goff. You bet. my section chief, Paul Gunnels, and my assistant chief, everybody's big
I
boss.
certainly couldn't overlook him, you know. Y'all wanna come up too?
And Chief Brandy Ashby.
And we'll meet all of you, and then you can give us a little report.
And what we're doing here is we're trying to seek permission from the judge and commissioners to assign a CLO to Freestone County. And so this document kind of is a snapshot or overview of what that CLO is, County Liaison Officer. And essentially what they do is what I do district-wide, that individual does within the county. And essentially their purpose is a TDEM employee assigned to Freestone County to help Freestone County and the jurisdictions within, Fairfield, King, Streetman, in management of their emergency management program. And so essentially it's to assist you on your day-to-day management of your program, and during an incident to provide on-site support, resources if necessary, and after the incident, we've been there before, the recovery process, helping guide through that. And so I'll answer any questions you have, but essentially it's, the takeaway from my perspective is, can we get permission from Freestone County to assign a TDEM employee to embed within your county and essentially support you in your emergency management program?
One thing that would help my vote would be that if you included Workham in Freestone County. Workham is more Freestone County.
I will include that.
Secretary Fairfield, Ms. Green.
Did I miss one?
Yes, sir. Workham.
Duly noted.
Thank you.
All right, first,
No cost to the county?
Zero.
that's what I was gonna say, just so everybody will know and get that off their mind, no cost to the county, other than we are going to furnish
Office space.
a little office space, and we have that, I have that designated.
Excellent.
So we're good on that, and we can't actually vote or take any action on it, but does anybody else have any questions? I don't know why we would, so.
Well, and so there are, right now there are 100 CLOs. This is a program that's 2 or 3 years old. So, and TDEM has assigned 100 CLOs to 100 counties in the state of Texas. From my perspective, I may be biased, it's done nothing but help those jurisdictions, you know, with their emergency management programs, and particularly during incidents, big or small. It's another set of eyes and ears, someone with the vehicle, someone with the radio, someone who can provide support and assistance directly on site, on scene.
The one thing that you mentioned when we had met before was that, you know, they would look over all of our plans. You know, we have all of those disaster plans that we have to keep up.
Correct.
Y'all know a lot more about that than all of us do, and so certainly that would be a big help.
Sure.
Also, that's something that sometimes people don't think about is the paperwork, but there's a lot of paperwork and all that.
The emergency operations plan, the annexes or ESFs,
Yes.
whatever format you're using.
Yeah.
Your mitigation action plan, your LEPC, if you need help building or
We
expanding that, there you go. That's what this person can help
Sure.
you do.
I have one other question. In the
Yes, sir.
counties that y'all serve, does those counties have a full-time emergency management coordinator?
Not all of them.
Yeah, I
Not
can't say
all.
for certain, but not all.
Okay.
Across the state, the county EMC position varies
Okay.
to degrees.
Okay, thanks.
So again, this is just to augment what you already have in place and to kind of help support your local staff that are working on emergency management.
Okay.
It's just help, it's extra help, it's free extra help.
I like to use.
That's
the word-
always good.
Yeah, I like to use the word support. We're not here to take over your business, we're not here to get in your way, we're here to support and serve the needs of the communities.
And when we met, we did meet with Leonard.
Yes, ma'am.
He was in the meeting and was very supportive.
And they're huge help when we have to deal with FEMA.
Yes.
Yes.
That's our
Every
purpose.
day.
We advocate
We
for you.
wouldn't have to do that. Y'all would do it.
I wish that were true. But we are advocates, and this individual embedded in the county will provide direct support and assistance in that regard.
And one of the requirements is that they actually live in your community. So they have to live within the county limit, and they have to, be a part of the community and be able to assist, whether it's writing the plans, because they get in and they know everybody, or they get to know everybody if they come in. And then when there is a disaster, they're familiar with the processes and procedures within your jurisdiction. So, honestly, most of the jurisdictions that we talk to are so excited. I worked all over the state and was part of the team that implemented this, and people are, initially everybody was confused. They thought we were coming in to take over and to do all the things. Once people get a county liaison officer, they all love them. So, I have no doubt we will find somebody perfect, and y'all will do the same.
Yeah, we know what the EMCs do. We don't want that job. Trust me, they have a tough job, but we are there to support them.
I think, is everybody clear, and any other questions? We can't take action, but I don't think there are any questions, and I see everybody smiling, and that's all I'm gonna say.
If there are any questions, feel free to reach out to me and I'll answer them as best I can. Yes, ma'am. Thank
Do
you.
we need to get it on the agenda to officially approve it, or,
That's up to you.
okay?
So we've already, our request to y'all was if y'all had any concerns, this is what we were looking at doing. So we already have the position funded, we already have everything ready. We were just waiting to make sure y'all had no concerns that would prohibit us from being able to do it. So if there are no concerns, we'll move forward with it.
And I think that probably was, the only question is if it was gonna cost anything, and if we have an office. And so I think we've, I don't have any other comments.
The only expense to you would be whatever it takes to run that light bulb in that office
Okay,
from 9 to 5.
thank you. Thank you for coming today.
Appreciate y'all.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank y'all.
Thank you, Commissioner. Thank you, Judge.
Yes, sir. All right. Now, we have this morning, I know it's further on down the list, but we have, if we could, let's go on to the preservation program. I know we have some people here that might want to hear that and might need to get on their way to other things. So if that is agreeable, let's talk about that. Would that be okay?
Sure.
All right. These two will be okay. How many people do we have here this morning that are here to hear about the restoration grant? We have several.
How would I know?
Probably we're all interested in this, but we're just going to give you a little update. That's item number 24, an update on this program. We did get a full restoration grant in the amount of $6,379,490 with a minimum match of 12% of the total project cost, which includes a credit for the cost of the county's self-funded planning documents. We have spent probably $200,000 getting the plans ready, the master plan, the applications, and our architect fees, all of those things. So they did give us a credit for that, so that's a real plus for us. They did say that they will be preparing the funding agreement for the award, and then they will bring it to us for us to look at all of the, us and our attorney and our architect to look at all of the issues that might come up, I'll say. Would any of you like to make a statement? Not a statement, just a comment, We've got Karen that's going to come up and make a comment too. She went to the meeting to tell them how grateful we are to be able to get this grant. What would you like to say, Karen?
I just want to thank the Historical Commission for, reconsidering our application, and thank y'all for y'all's support in this. This has been a hefty project. But also adding to that, they did finalize the final encryption for our recorded landmark plaque. That's going to be posted out in front of the courthouse as well that same day. So we knocked two birds with one stone. Then, also some William Shelton and Angela Oglesby from the Historical Commission, for our County Historical Commission, was also there at the meeting as well, as along with Scott Kopczynski, who's our architect for this project. And I will, yes, and I just want to thank them for their support and being there at the meeting as well. So that's all I have.
Okay, thank you for going.
Thank you.
Yes.
Your Honor, if the members, officers and members of the Freestone County Historical Commission may address you briefly, if you would like to join me here up front.
I'll go over because I want to speak to.
Okay.
I know the Historical Commission works diligently to preserve our history. I think our history is very important to everyone.
Well,
Ms.
for those who
Angela?
may not know who we are, I'm
Yes.
William Shelton, Chairman of the Freestone County Historical Commission. Angela Oglesby, who is the Secretary of the Freestone County Historical Commission. And as Karen said, we were present at the meeting of the Texas Historical Commission. And my principal takeaway was the positive engagement and response that we got from the Architecture Committee and from the commissioners of the Freestone County Historical Commission about this project. The level of enthusiasm that was expressed really demonstrates how engaged and how supportive that body is for the full historic restoration of this courthouse. So, Angela?
And I wrote down a few things because I wanted to be sure to tell you about those. I was at both meetings on Thursday and Friday. One thing that really stood out to me is the chairman of the architectural committee. She made it very clear that there were other counties that as soon as they found out Van Zant had returned their grant, that wanted the money. And she was very adamant that the THC has a policy that they had to follow. And so that's, we were considered, because that's where we fell back in July during the awarding of the grants. There was one commissioner that asked her why Gonzales County was not considered. And she said it was because they were about 2 years behind where we are in the project. They did not have their master plan. So, and because we do have the master plan, we are shovel ready. And that made a big impact. So what I would like to say is I want to thank each of you four commissioners for going ahead and having a master plan in place. That was a lot of foresight on your part. And as a citizen of Freestone County, I thank you so much for that, because I really didn't realize that if we didn't have that, we might have been bypassed. I also spoke to one of the staff after the Friday meeting out in the hallway, Susan Teets, and I told her, I said, we are so thankful and so blessed, because I know that getting a grant on a first round does not happen. And she said to me, she said it was because we had our master plan in place and shovel ready. So thank y'all so much for that. And I'm also here along with the Mayor of Fairfield. I am place 5 on the City Council, and we are excited to have this building redone. We have a lot of events here on these grounds, the City of Fairfield, so we are really excited, and we cannot wait until it's completed and we can celebrate together the accomplishment that we all have worked so hard for.
Thank you.
And we appreciate it.
In closing, Your Honor, and on behalf of the officers of the Freestone County Historical Commission, we pledge our support to you and the commissioners for this project. We're willing and able to help in any way we can.
Thank you.
Appreciate y'all's help.
Thank you.
Well, I do appreciate the commissioners stepping up, and like you said, taking the report off. to have this done. I know it was a lot of money that we spent up front, not knowing if we would get the grant or not, but it has really paid off for what y'all have done, and I appreciate that, and I know all of our citizens too. I appreciate that. Anything else? Anyone else? Diane, I know you worked so hard on all this stuff too. I appreciate you being here.
I just wish I could have gone to Austin, but my plate was full, so. But yes, I do appreciate the commissioners'
And
concern.
thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Anything else anybody would like to say about the grant? It's a big thing for Freestone County, very big thing to me for Freestone County. All right. Now, if y'all would like to stay, then you're certainly welcome to. If you need to go, well, we certainly understand that too.
First of all, we're talking about the courthouse on November 13th. Crime source and discuss the roof.
Okay.
If we go at big county in conjunction, and I think he's got some other appointments today. So
Yes, let's do that.
got you up, one second.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name's Eric Brown, I'm Tom Sorcerer. We are based out of Grandview, been doing commercial industrial roofing since 1994. Did an assessment of your roof. It is definitely in need of some repair. Hope everybody's got a copy of the roof proposal. If not, I've got one I can pass around.
It's probably on the table.
13.
Number 13.
No. Did you email that recently, or? I know there was one from way back.
No, it was from a while back. I just printed it, brought it, okay.
Would each of you like to have one? She'd like a copy real quick.
So he's got it.
Oh, okay, thank you. Thank you.
So what we have proposed doing is a partial tear off. You've got two roof systems up there. We had the manufacturer come out and do some pull tests, check the integrity of what's existing. So we can go tear off the existing membrane you've got up there and basically overlay the existing insulation you have. One of the reasons we did not propose a full tear off in this roof system was because of all the mechanical equipment up there. It would all have to be raised, and we'd be looking at a pretty big expense. So we're trying to save you guys some money. But we go back with a 50 mil PVC roof system. It's basically like, try to explain it, it's like a swimming pool liner. It's all heat welded together. So I've got some samples if y'all like to see that as well. You're gonna get a full 20-year MDL, so no dollar limit warranty from your roof manufacturer. They're gonna carry the warranty for the life of the 20 years. They're gonna cover labor and materials. If anything were to fail with the roof system, if you have leaks, let's say we were to go out of business, you can't get a hold of me, whatever it may be, you call it roof manufacturer. They'll send somebody out from their team and they'll get you taken care of. So you've definitely got a manufacturer that's standing behind what they're allowing us to put on your roof. And I know this is a historic building. A lot of times you'll see when people roof, we're going up and over the edge, and you'll see edge metal. We can't do that here. So what we propose doing is going up, terminating on top of the cast stone coping that you've got up there. We're going to pre-drill everything, be real careful not to crack any stones. This stuff it's irreplaceable in those terms. So it's kind of what we were thinking about doing. I wanted to see if you guys had any questions for me.
I think the main thing, we had two companies come out and look at the roof and give us quotes, and it's been several months ago, while we were waiting to see if we were going to get the grant, because we definitely like to know for sure that if we did go ahead and put a roof, we don't want that to affect whatever their plans are for the courthouse restoration. And also we want to make sure that if monies that we spend on a new roof could go towards our 12% match. It would be great if it could. So that's why we've taken so long as far as making the decision. And I guess we're still at that point as far as what your company would need to know now. We need a little more information from the historical commission on what they're going to.
And I think that will come soon, because they will be bringing our documents, and when they do, then that's when we will discuss that, because they do want to move along with our project, and so as soon as they are ready, and, well, we will
And if
firm that up.
there's gonna be any exterior renovations, I know a lot of times during these renovations, the cast stone is replaced up on top, so it'd be something we'd wanna partner with you guys on beforehand, make sure there's a good gameplay in place. Make sure you get good through wall flashings underneath that stone, so you don't end up with any wall leaks, kinda like what you're having now. So, we definitely work with you guys on that, been through several of these renovations with courthouses.
Thank you for coming today. Anybody else have a question?
Yeah.
Not at this moment. Okay, hopefully it'll be soon.
Yeah, we need to get Vicky.
As soon as,
Appreciate it.
as soon as we can get on that. Thank you.
Sooner than later.
Now, let's go back to item number 1. If there's not anything else that we need to take up so that we could, we're fine. All right. Item
Judge
number-
Reed, could we do the executive session? I mean, I have to be gone in a little bit to meet with TxDOT at 11, and I have to do some other things, but I'm gonna be really busy. And I mean, if the executive session is something, I mean, I hate to leave these other people waiting for something else that's more important. If you get some out, that'd be fine, so that I just have to be gone.
All right, let's just do this. Let's, the first 8 are pretty much just us doing that. Depository, remove, just,
Judge, we have the mayor and the secretary from the city of Oakwood here
all right.
to discuss the Freestone County City of Oakwood agreement.
Okay, which number is
Number
that?
20.
We need,
Number which one? 20? Number 20, I hadn't even gotten there. Oh, yeah. Number 20, we'll move to number 20 if it's agreeable, to discuss the interlocal agreement between Freestone County and the city of Oakwood.
I've researched the interlocal agreement we already have in place, and they were saying the one thing that was not in the legalities about it was it's not between 2 municipalities with this county, but the 791.001 Texas Government Code, it's local, interlocal agreement and local entities. It can be between a city and a school district, a city and a county, 2 cities, 2 counties, and as long as it's local governments, and it can be with other states, even if you're in Texas and Oklahoma, it could still be an interlocal agreement. That's what it's called, the 791.001.
And would the venue of
It says as
an
far as-
interlocal agreement, would it?
That's however you wrote it. Say if we want to have an interlocal agreement with you, we propose that agreement, all the things stay in Oakwood, and the liability is on Oakwood. It's whoever proposes the agreement, that's where the liability lies. That's the way I understand it. I gave him some papers to distribute.
Have y'all given the paperwork to your city
I
attorney?
haven't yet. He's out of his office today for a funeral, so I'll get it when I get back. But I don't see a problem with our agreement. Because they kept saying the problem was it's between a municipality and a county, but with the interlocal agreement, it's allowed that way.
I'm just, from my information, I don't know a lot about Oakwood. I know where it's at, and I've been there and had kid folks from there. But is Oakwood, is it actually in Freestone County?
It's in Leon County,
Okay,
but the city limits of Oakwood and Leon and Freestone County stuff.
okay. So do y'all have an interlocal agreement with Leon County?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all have an interlocal agreement?
Well,
What?
we're in Leon County, so yeah.
So they don't have to have one.
You don't have, you sign one with the county initially, because every city has an agreement with the county government for fire protection, police protection,
Sure.
whatever.
Sure.
And the city of Oakwood works quite a few incidents that are right outside of the city limit. It's out of Leon County, but it's in Freestone County. But we're there, we're close, we're within, you know, a mile and a half, working anything from livestock on the street to accidents are buyers. So, you know, we're very busy within the Freestone County from time to time.
We even have an interlocal agreement with our county commissioner
Right, yes, ma'am.
there that does our streets, is that we buy the materials and they come.
Is that in Leon County?
They haul it for us for free. And if they need some, we need some repairs that we don't have the equipment to handle, they do that. And we provide them free water, sewer, trash service, and all that they need.
So the interlocal agreements that you're trying to get with us is for?
Police protection from our city limits to the river, which borders Anderson County, up to County Road 300 and back around. Just patrol and traffic.
I guess, and I'm just asking you a question, just for my information. I know that
We've already had it in place for several months.
I know that Wortham, where I live, or where I'm from, they extended their city limit signs out to the county, to where the county lines are. And they can patrol, the city can patrol that and take it, and I guess it's, what's the highway goes there, 160?
79.
79, so that's is that a, that's not a
That's a
regular highway, right?
U.S. highway.
That's
It's a
state
state
highway.
highway.
So, I mean, what they did in Wortham, I'm not saying what y'all do by any means, but they extended their city limit signs out to where, to the Vera County and the Limestone County, and they can patrol that part of the highway. They don't get taxes off of the people on the sides, but they can patrol that highway. Is that what y'all want somebody to do, is patrol the road?
That's basically what we do.
There's a different situation, because what you're talking about, the city limits took in just the state right of way for those roads up there at work. What's happening here is their officer is patrolling actual Freestone County roads. And so
Freestone County roads.
Freestone
Oh,
County.
okay.
Yes,
Yes,
so
it's
the
Freestone.
previous MOU that was in place allowed them, like she said, to go from the city limits of Oakwood to the Trinity River, back west on 84, County Road 300, County Road 300 around to 321 and back into the city limits.
We have so many fatality wrecks out there on that stretch. Going that river. And he has slowed some traffic down. And even just patrolling y'all's county roads in that little area has stopped a lot of the traffic through there. And
I see the sheriff,
Chief.
Chief is here.
Yes.
Would you like to say anything?
This-
Then we'll hear from our sheriff.
This is a good agreement. There's a lot of citizens out there that like seeing us out there, patrolling the streets out there and helping them out. And like there was a lot of traffic flow, as in going up and down 321 prior to us taking it over. When we took it over, we kind of slowed that down. And we were able to recover a stolen vehicle out there to assist Freestone County. And then, like I said, we'll take the cow calls and whatnot, and just to help out with wherever we can help out there.
Sheriff, do you want to say something?
There hasn't been that many citations written. It's not about that part of it. It's just like keeping patrol.
I disagree with the part as far as where the citations can go, because our legal people for our county has literally said it need to go to the precinct 3. So we do need to clarify that. That was the main issue from the get-go, and that's because they told me that. So at that point, we had to change things. Other than that, if we're going to enter an agreement and the county wants this, because I don't necessarily see it as necessary, I'm just being honest, we don't have too much happen out there at all. Then I think all 4 of the commissioners' names need to be signatures on that agreement.
I spoke with Ryan about this because due to the trial going on, Ryan hadn't had time to get on the grid to get with their city attorney. And so I think the big question is where the venue of the court should be held. What we talked about was just trying to go ahead and get the particulars of what would be in the agreement, so that when he and Charlie start working on it, they know what we want in there. And of course, in the past, when the tickets went to their court, you know, that was their funds.
Yes.
And I've talked with our JP in precinct 3. Her office wouldn't have a problem
Accepting the tickets
and dividing the money in a way that we took out the money that had to go to Austin and then did a split on the rest of it, and what we've talked
It
about.
may have to have a little different wording on that, as far as we would pay them a fee to do that service, rather than just say it's, I don't know how to.
Contract service, like
Yes.
contract services.
I think what we need to do is get a copy of that agreement, what it says. I mean, I hate to sign something or agree something
We're
that I
not
don't
gonna
know.
sign anything today.
No, we're not.
Okay.
Yeah, we can't today.
Well, I just
There's no
want to see,
agreement
bring it
signed.
up here and let us
Yeah.
look at it.
Yeah.
Right.
What's the split on Wortham and, Street? You know, anybody know?
We can call and find out.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I was just wondering, I know they
Sure.
Wortham
I
Patrol.
mean, I don't
They
see.
it may be a set amount, or it may be, I don't know.
The
I
percentage?
don't think we can, I mean, I know that, but I don't want to comment on that in here because this is, we're discussing them just, on our agenda is discuss interlocal agreement between Freestone
Okay,
County
okay.
and the city of Oakwood, so I don't speak for Markham because, you know, I mean, I know about it, I know Streetman, but
Goodness knows.
that's not on the agenda.
Okay, well.
All right, we will bring something back, and then y'all can look at it. Anything else? All right, thank y'all for
Thank
coming
y'all.
today. You're welcome to stay, or if you need to go, well, that's fine too. Thank you. Item number 1, approve the minutes of the January 15th regular meeting.
Like, what's the-
It's 14, is that worded right? The, I thought we did not. And she
We
thanked
did.
us for not doing it.
We denied it.
What was it say?
Move to deny.
I think it's right.
Okay, yeah, I didn't see it, I'm sorry, didn't see that.
Make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
All in favor, aye. Any opposed? None. Motion carries. All right, now, as you had requested, do you want to move on to the executive session?
I would, I mean, I'd like to, so I can hear what's going on. I mean, I think it's important that I be here.
I do too. Or do we want to go down? Yes, let's just do that one. Get that one out of the way, and then when you need to leave, you can just get up and shoot out of here. Okay. At this time, what time is it?
9:40.
9:40. We are going into executive session. Personnel matters in accordance with Texas Government Code 551.074.